Привет, я Ruth. I've been learning Ukrainian for a year and it's working. I've used Duolingo and я можу поговорити трохи по-українською. First thing I want to say is вибачте. Мій українською погано. Вибачте. Прошу. Я вчуся. I'm learning. Я вчуся. But the important thing, це важливо для мене, is that it's successful. When I've learned with Duolingo in the past, I've stayed on the app and just been in the app, and I haven't been able to tell you what I've been doing, even though I get 100% while I'm on the app. And I wanted this time to be different. I wanted to succeed, to be able to produce українською мову, slova, words at will. So I decided to write everything down. Now, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but in the past, when I've learned something, I've taken notes, notati probably, and then I've gone back to the notes and thought, wow, I must have really known a lot, but I don't know it now. Я не знаю. And I think that's an illusion. I think that if you just take notes, it might look like you're very knowledgeable, but that's on the paper. You don't really have the language or informáciu in whatever case it might be. So I've done more, and let me take the sports unit as an example in Duolingo, because I've got my notes. Here are the vocabulary, the sentences, more vocabulary, more sentences. The first thing, я хочу робити з тим, is to transfer my notes onto a Word document and separate out the vocabulary from the sentences. I use Google Translate, перекладач. I love the word for translate, перекладач. And I make sure I have to fiddle with it because Google Translate doesn't give me exactly what Duolingo gave me. So I have to fiddle with it to get it how Duolingo gave it to me. Dav mene. But I get it. And then I look for things that the vocabulary might have in common. Very often I like to use pictures. In the sports section, there were lots of words connected with hrati, to play, hra, game, hravits was a player, I think, pro hrati. Now I thought that sounded like to win, pro being positive, but no, pro hrati is lose. And then vihravati is to win. Again, that sounds the wrong way around to me. Vihravati, to win. So I might do a simple word match and exercise. For when I come back to it, I can test myself. And then the knowledge feels cemented, including images, maybe like these ones, where I can match the hra, game, hravets, player, pro hrate, the lose, to lose, vihravrate, to win, and hra, game. Then I look at the sentences and I find, for example, that there are a lot of sentences around the verb hrate. So I would now go to this site, Slovnik UA. It's great. If you haven't used it, do have a look at it. Link in the description. And there, I
type in hrate, copied over from Google Translate, click znate to find, and it gives me all of the conjugations, and I'm looking at the present ones and the past ones because those are the ones that I'm familiar with. And then I would definitely make myself some kind of exercise matching the pronouns ja, te, vin, vona, me, ve, voni, with the different parts of the verb in the past, in the present. With the sentences, I would want to look and see where I can maybe recycle some vocabulary from beforehand. So perhaps I play football, Amerykański football w wtorek on Tuesday, so I can play with different games and different days of the week. There are some sentences in that unit about where's the ball, miać, and the nouns telling me where they are, whether they're in Denveri, Atlanti, Napoli. They all seem to end in E. I have a look. It's the locative case telling me about location. So I might investigate that case a little bit in my exercises for this particular unit of Duolingo. And finally, I would also want to build some kind of little dialogue. Що ти хочеш робити? Я хочу грати американський футбол. Ти знаєш як грати американський футбол? I check everything's right, build a little dialogue, play with it, and that way I'm actually learning the Ukrainian. Everybody have different ways, so I'd love to hear about your different ways in the comments. I have written all my exercises for the first half of the Duolingo course into a book, and I really enjoyed doing this book. Because I published it, I checked with several proofreaders that everything's fine, and I checked it myself, and I've been through the entire book several times, about 8 times myself, to check that it was right before I published it. There might be some mistakes. Ukrainian people have checked it too, but that doesn't mean that there still aren't mistakes. So I need to ask you a favour. If you buy this book, I would like to pracować with you to get it as good as it can be. It already is as good as it can be now, but if you see anything that can be improved, будь ласка, write to me. I've included moja adresa, so you can write to me, and then we can promote learning Ukrainian. I think this is a really good resource. It's really helped me. Maybe you can help me too, and I can help you, and we build a community where we can talk to people's hearts and minds in Ukrainian. Wybaczcie mi ukraińskою pogano, ja wyczucia, but thank you, dziękuję for watching. Share your ideas, and I'll see you next time when I want to talk about other ways that I learn and what resources I use, how you can access them, how great I think they are. Until then, bye.